Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
madam.
ma.
I said, let's have a little recap.
Okay, we are calling our colleagues.
Hello, madam.
Yes, I said, let's have a recap of last week. And we are all quiet. Or we should
I
just
think
go.
last week we started with family and management. And what I can remember is that when we talk of family, we are talking about a group of people who live together or not and who are related by blood, marriage, or adoption.
Uh-huh.
And we also looked at management, a purposeful behavior directed at creating and using resources to meet the family goals. That is what I can recall.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Please,
you.
any other view?
Madam, please, I can also say with the management, we said that uh, uh, planning planning and implementing resources to meet the demands of the family.
Okay. Please, any other view? I think we also looked at the characteristics of a family as a system. Can we look at the characteristics as a whole? What did we say?
Hello, ma.
Madam, we see that the family as a whole, it operates in a group rather than an entity or a single person, but rather it operates as a group.
Yes, please. Who is talking? The line is breaking, please. Who was on the line?
Madam Belinda,
Okay, Belinda, yes. Please, can I hear you?
we said the family is a whole, and then we said that it operates as a group rather than an entity or an individual.
Okay.
Thank you.
But please, to add to it, that means that the family work together as a group. They don't work as individuals, and therefore it is interdependent. That is, they depend on each other. Thank you.
Thank you. And then when we are saying it has boundaries, It has boundaries. Oh, please, let's be snappy. Oh, my people, please, when to talk. Hello. We are looking at the characteristics of family as a system. And I said the boundaries. What did we say about the boundaries?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, the boundaries talks about those outside the family, those who are not part of the family. We have two types. We have the closed system and the open system. The closed systems, it's about receiving information outside your family, and open the open system means receiving information. Rather, the closed means receiving information in the family, and the open is receiving information outside the family. That is people who are not part of your family.
So is that the boundaries? Wazaria, please, were you referring to the boundaries?
Yes, madam.
Can you please take it again? When you were talking, the line was breaking, so I didn't get it in whole.
Please, madam, I said the boundaries talks about uh, outside those who are not part of the family, and we have
Okay.
two types. We have the closed system and we have the open system. The closed system means receiving information within the family, and the open one is receiving information outside the family.
Mm. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, please, any other view on the boundaries? Is that all we can say about the boundaries? When we say the boundaries, it's talking about or indicate the system areas of influence from other systems. The intensity of interaction is greater when the boundary within the boundary than across the boundary. Yes. Any other characteristics that we looked at last week?
Yes,
Madam, we
ma.
said it has finalities.
We said what?
It has finalities.
What has finality?
The characteristics of the system.
Okay, yeah. And how do you understand that one, that statement?
It said that all the system has an end. So it starts when the couple, the man and the woman becomes couple, and it ends when that one dies.
Mhm. We are looking at the finality. Please, what can we say about the finality? Oh, let's be a bit snappy.
Hello, ma.
Yes, madam.
Please, with that, I can say that the system did not remain permanent. So that is when one partner dies, then it ends. That is what I can say.
Please, any other thing apart from the finality, the boundary, the wholeness, any other
Yes,
characteristic?
yes, please. It has functions to perform.
Thank you. Come again.
And it means that I said that it has functions to perform.
Okay. Okay.
And it okay, so members in the family has roles to play. Each member in the family has a role to play. So the mother perform her role and the father too does the same, and then the children.
Okay.
So the father, okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And madam, last but not least, it operates in hierarchy.
Uh-huh. And
Operates
we
in
said,
hierarchy.
and so what did we say
And we
about
said
that one?
that one we said that we have those at the top hierarchy, that is the father and then the mother. And then those down are the children.
All right. Thank you. So please, I want us to move on to family ecosystem relationships. Family ecosystem relationships. Okay. So one may ask, what is it? What is a family ecosystem environment relationship? Is there a family ecosystem relationship? We are talking about the way family members interact with one another and with their surrounding environment, functioning like an ecosystem where each part affects the other. Just like plants and animals, and the environment depend on each other in a natural ecosystem, family members are also interconnected, okay? And changes in one person or situation affect the whole family. Just like if one member of the family is, assuming the breadwinner of the family is sick, you know how it will affect the entire family.
Yes, please.
So where the family members, parents, children, the extended relations, you know, how we interact or interdepend on each other. The emotional, social, economic, caregiving roles that we play, you know, the environment, our community, the culture, school, our workplace, all these things are like we interdepend on one another. Take a look at it when a parent should lose a job, you know, how it's going to affect the family's finance, and how emotional or how emotions are going to be affected. Even our relationships are going to be affected. A family, a child's illness, you know, all these things, you know, are the environment and how we interdepend on each other. The culture, the values influence the family rules and decision making. Thank you. So the environment helps shape the family and its members, and the family in turn contributes to the reshaping of the environment. So the transactions of exchange of information, energy, and resource materials and are continuous across various systems and subsystems. We have two environments. We have the macro and then the micro, the macro and micro. Macro, MACRO, and then the micro, MICRO. When we take the micro, when we say micro, meaning is the micro are the immediate, okay, the immediate or the small one. The MI is the immediate. And that, you know, it refers to the immediate surroundings and people that have a direct and strong influence on an individual. That's a micro. You know, it is the closest environment where daily interactions take place. It is the closest environment where daily interactions take place. And then we have the social environment and then the physical environment. A social and physical environment. In family and human development context, the microenvironment includes the family members. That's the parents, the siblings, the relatives at home. Okay. And then the home conditions. Take a look at when we talk about the school or classroom, the relations over there, our peers and friends, our workplace. So looking at the home, the parent and child relationship at home. And when we take the school, for instance, the teacher and student interactions in school. So changes in the microenvironment have the most immediate and direct effect on behavior, growth, and then development. Okay, let's also look at the macro environment, where we have the physical, natural, and biological, and then the man-built environment. Over here, we are looking at the environment to the broader and external conditions, and then systems that indirectly influence the individuals and families. Okay. Even though there is no direct daily interactions, and we are looking at the broader and external conditions. This is a larger and social, cultural environment that shapes life and behavior of the individual. And then in the family and human development, in that context, we'll look at, that is the macro. When we say the macro environment, we are looking at the culture and traditions, the law and government policies, all these that affect or interact with the individual. Families' relationship with the microenvironment is stronger and closer than relationship with the macro environment. I think I said this in my explanation earlier. And then the boundaries of the microenvironment are more open to the family, making interactions closer and influences much higher and greater. Okay. Let's look at the family's relationship with the, okay, it's a continuation. So the first interface of the family environment is with the micro environment. And this comprises the social environment and physical environment. I think I've said this earlier in my explanation. Okay. So in the social environment of the family, where it comprises people who are closely related to the family, such as the extended family members, the neighbors, the friends in and around you. The family interaction influences these people the most. The family interaction influences these people the most. That's the family and the neighbors, the friends and neighbors around. And this may also influence values, attitudes, ways one goes about things in a family. It has influence on ways you go about things in the family. So I was saying that the macro environment influences the micro environment and family life indirectly but powerfully. Okay, the macro environment. The macro environment, which is the cultural beliefs about, let's say, about marriage or family rules, the economic conditions affecting employment opportunities, for instance, they have powerful and then indirect effects or influence on the micro environment. The macro environment is a wider social, cultural, economic, and political context that shapes individuals and families. Okay, and then these are the environments, the micro environment that has influences on the micro environments. I'll pause here, and if there are questions, we ask if there are any comments, additions we had before we move on. Thank you. Please, do you have any question? Is there any comment? Any addition? Is there any question? I will send this one before. Is there any question?
No, please.
Madam Barbara says he doesn't have any question. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at the physical or natural or biological environment. We say the physical, natural, or biological are all parts of the macro environment. The man belts or belts or societal subsystems. These are all parts of the macro environment. When we talk about the physical, natural, or biological environment, we are looking at, he said it includes the country's natural resources such as land, trees, and vegetations. So the land and the trees that is provided for the family members in our various existence depend on the natural environment. The family members as families. Sorry, I've missed out something. So the family destroys the environment through some of its activities. And one of such activities is what the national cancam that we are all trying to fight. Galamsey or pollution. There are some of the ways that the family destroy the environment, our natural environment. Families also influence the natural environment since people are continually trying to alter this environment to suit their purpose. And hello, what are some of the ways that families are destroying the environment? What are some of the activities apart from pollution and galamsey? What are some other activities that influence the natural environment?
Hello,
Mommy,
madam.
please.
Ma-
Bush burning also pollutes the environment or destroys the environment.
Hello,
Hello, ma.
please, I didn't hear what you said.
I was saying that bush burning also
Okay.
destroys the environment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, madam. Tree
Yes, madam.
cutting. People cut
Yeah.
down trees and they don't really plant them back.
Plants. Exactly. Eunice, can you please mute yourself?
Madam, people use dangerous chemicals in fishing.
Sure. Madam, please, indiscriminate disposal of waste. Exactly. Okay. Thank you. So mismanagement on the part of the family can result in severe shortage of water, desertification, and then the depletion of the forest, just as we were saying. Okay. And then sustainability is key. So families must help to conserve and enhance the natural environment, else their own lives will be endangered. So if we are doing all these activities and it's affecting the environment, gradually our own lives will be affected. A time will come, we will not have proper, proper oxygen. Fresh air, we will not have fresh air. Now our water bodies are being affected by galamsey or by those using chemicals in fishing. All these things are negatively having effect on our lives. We also say that it also comprises flora plants and animals, where families depend on these for their survival. Families harness the biological environment to produce foodstuff. Okay, it depends on these things to produce foodstuff and animals, which are used as man's nutritional base. We depend on animals. The animals in our environment, we depend on them in our meal preparation. Animals are also used for tourist attractions in the zoos, as means of transportation and sports. The donkeys, the horses, the camel. We have hot race or stuff. All these go to improve the quality of life of the individual or of the family. And looking at the man belt one, what are some of the examples of man belt environment?
Madam,
Yes,
roads, roads and bridges.
Okay.
Yeah, madam, industries and schools.
All right. So all these, thank you. This man-made or man-built ones also, the family depend on it so much. And we have the societal or subsystem. Societal subsystem. The social subsystem comprises of the economic environment, the technological subsystem, the political subsystem, educational subsystem, and then socio-cultural subsystems. We'll take a look at them one after the other. So when we are looking at the economic environment, say the process of production, allocation, and distribution of goods and services. The economic environment. The process of production, allocation, and distribution of goods and services. It provides opportunity for the family members to participate in the productive service through labor and investment. As I said earlier, that it gives job opportunity to 8 family members. It includes marketing, formal bartering, and then exchange, household, agricultural, and industrial production. The family members purchase goods and services with the income received from their labor, from their job. They use their earnings to also produce or also patronize in the goods and services that are being provided. So that money goes back to the, let me say, to the government. The family members, the family pays tax to the economy, and the economy in turn provides infrastructure to the family to use. As you pay tax, it goes back to the family, it goes back to the government, and the government in turn uses that tax to provide infrastructure such as schools, hospitals, good roads, etc. Health insurance, and any good thing that you can think about. For the family's use. If you're in a country and you don't want to pay tax, and it means you are not helping the government to be able to build this kind of infrastructure for our use. And then looking at the technological subsystem, it provides the tools, agricultural and industrial products, furnishing skills and knowledge to the family. And its basic role is to serve as a tool or means through which knowledge, material, and energy may be usefully applied. You see, technologies changes the environment and the forms of available goods and services, thus influencing the family and other systems. Okay. You realize that in the family management, the modern family system, as a consuming unit, mostly prefers new and sophisticated products. That's by influencing their choice and use. You always prefer new and sophisticated products. You see, technological advancement also influences family management in that production of labor saving devices help family members save energy, time when working. The technological subsystem, they are saying that the technological advancement also influences the family members or the family management in the production of labor-saving devices, which helps family members to save their energy and time when working. Where you have long, how do you call it? The machine for, how do you call it? Is it, oh, just forgotten the name. Is it the machine we use in mowing the lawn? If you have it, now we even have one that is different from what I used to know. That sometimes they use it and then it cuts all manner of grasses. When you have it, you can
Madam,
use
is it
that.
the mower?
Come again.
Is it the mower?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You know, when you have it, it saves your energy It saves you energy and then time. Instead of using the cutlass or the hoe, it saves you a lot of energy and time. Where you have the blender, you can use it to save energy and time. So the technological subsystem, that's how it has influenced the family management system. And then let's look at the political subsystem. It establishes and enforces rules and regulations, policies and guidelines for the operation of other subsystems. And there are policies governing the place you work, even the school you teach. Families try to live so that they don't violate such rules and regulations. It includes the levels of operations of village chiefs or herdsmen and local authorities, as well as those of the central government. So, in short, there are rules, there are policies, there are guidelines, regulations that is governing the country and you as a family or as an individual and then as a family. That's why we were saying that the operations of even villages and even herdsmen and local authorities, they are all being governed, or we are all being guided with a guideline or rules and regulations. Political decisions influence family decisions and vice versa. If you go and vote, it's your vote that determines who, whether party A will win or party B will win. And at the end of the day, the party that wins governs the country or leads the country. It also produces certain goods and services for communal use, such as hospitals, schools, police services, good roads. So the political subsystem also helps in producing some of these goods and services to the family. The family has to abide by the regulations, I think I've said this, and responsibilities, share such facilities with other people. So we also have the responsibility, or we have to share such facilities. Schools, there is no school in this country that is for just a family. It's a shared facility. Hospitals are shared facilities. Most of the facilities that are built, or let me even say all, by the government are shared facilities that families all depend on. And then political decisions have immediate impact on the family decision. Oh, I've said this. No, I haven't. Political decisions have immediate impact on the family decision. So whatever decision the government will take today, will have direct effect on the family. If inflation should go up right now, it will have direct effect on the family. If the prices of fuel should go up or should go down, it will have direct effect on the family. and that is going to affect or have an impact on the family's decision. So assuming the price of fuel goes up right now, it's going to affect our financial decision, whether we are going to park our family car and start plying the road. You know, we go to school without a car, we walk to school, or we decide to sell our 4x4 and then buy a less or not just a less expensive car, but then a car with a fuel consumption very low. So all these have direct effect on the family. Also, families can inform the political system of the needs, desires, and make reasonable demands through the local authorities and district assemblies. By engagement, political parties can maybe engage with the families. If I say with the families, I don't mean they should come to family A. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the various individuals that they may engage with all comes from individual families. By engaging them to know their needs and demands through their local authorities or district assemblies. And then some family members can be part of the integral political system through appointments and elections. Yes, Nana Addo is from a family, or is a member of a family. All this, Mahama is also a member from a family. So, all those with the political appointments or political appointees, they are all coming from various families. So we are saying that some family members can be part or can form part of the integral political system through appointments or elections. Family members are charged to exercise their civic rights and responsibilities through voting. So we exercise our civic rights through voting for the various individuals to win or various parties to win. And then looking at the macro environment, another aspect being the educational subsystem, is that it seeks to train and provide family members with marketable skills for them to secure jobs in the world of work for earning a living. So in the educational subsystem, it trains the family members with marketable skills, trains the family members with skills, knowledge and skills, for them to secure good jobs so that they can also earn something. And then families receive income, which is valuable resource for meeting their basic needs. So as they are paid, families are able to take care of their family's immediate needs. In family management, as people gain knowledge and improve decisions, plan for attainable goals for better quality of life. In family management, people gain knowledge and improve decisions. Has a plan for attainable goals for better quality life. That's that on the economical subsystem. And then the socio-cultural subsystem. We said this includes the processes through which traditions, customs, values, social behavior are continued or changed. The socio-cultural subsystem. It includes the customs, the traditions, the values, the social behavior that are continued or changed. The cultural expectations and societal norms tend to prescribe and sometimes limit the scope of managerial involvement. Hello, are we there?
Yes, please.
Any question? Any question? Any question? This one too, are we going for break?
Yes, please.
And when are you going for break?
There's no break with this, unless maybe we're planned for. I don't know. I don't
Please,
even
there is
remember.
break. There is break,
Yeah.
please. Just that I don't know the time.
Okay.
But who is saying there's no break? It is well. House rep, is there a break? House rep.
I think she's facing maybe some challenges because she's on and off.
Oh, sorry about that. But when are we ending? Is it 4 or 4:30?
It's 4.
Madam, 4.
4 o'clock.
4. And it's
Yes,
just
please,
1.
4 o'clock.
So, then let's do some 30 minutes more, even if we'll go for break. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chunk of no so on.
Oh, you are tired?
Madam, let's continue.
All right. So let's look at the application of the systems theory to the family management inputs. He said there are 4 components of the management system. The first 3 are major. And then the unit 3 will deal with only the first component. Okay, so which we are about doing. Is it throughput, output, and feedback? All right. So let's look at the inputs.
Please, madam.
Yes, Madam Vivian.
Miss Madam, you were asking of the time. Please, it's 1:50 to 2 o'clock p.m. break.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you. All right. So let's look at the input. The inputs, under input, we have demand and value, standards, and wants. Okay, let's look at the definition of input. It said a stimulus received from the environment, such as a change in demand. A stimulus received from the environment, such as a change in demand. A little economics is coming in.
Demand and supply.
Yes. So. Okay. It said they provide the basis for answering questions like what, why, how, and whether or not. We say this consists of matter or energy and information entering the family system in various forms to affect processing in the throughputs, and in the throughputs, which is classified as demands and resources. So look at the classification of inputs, under which we have demands and then resources. Under demand, we said it's motivating factors or forces that push us to manage. Demands, classification of inputs. And when we talk about inputs, I hope we understand inputs. Or what do we mean when we say inputs? What do we mean when we say inputs? Please, let's talk. What do we mean by inputs?
Madam, sorry, so that the stimulus we receive from the environment.
I mean, how do you understand inputs? How do you understand it? Inputs.
Madam, when we
Yes,
talk
madam.
about
Please.
input, that is the efforts, my resources, my time, my energy that I put into action. Yes, that's how I'll put it. So I don't know if it's correct.
Yes, any other idea? Inputs. Input of something.
Hello, madam.
You put in something to get, yes.
Hearing your voice, that's why.
Come again.
Madam, please, I said we're not
Are you not hearing my voice?
hearing your
Hello.
voice.
Did you say you are not hearing my voice?
Madam, please, it's now okay.
Hey, Ebusiafo. I see. I think it's just network because my pitch, I've tried to maintain my pitch level.
Okay, madam.
In our ecosystem context, what if we say input? What can you term as, or what can you refer to in our ecosystem context from what we have been studying? What are some of the inputs? Can you give me an example of input? Bring your minds here. Inputs.
Madam, please, can we say that my resources that I put into the family is an input?
Sure, it is.
Okay.
Who
Then
was
what
that?
of
What was,
me?
who was that?
Mommy, please, what
Your
about
resources.
money?
Josephine.
Your resources. Please wait. Who said that? Resources.
Josephine. Josephine.
Resources
Madam.
such as what? Resources such as what?
Madam, such as, should I put it my
Oh, are you asking me again? How you should
no,
put
madam. Madam, my resources such as my
Mommy, hello.
time, my energy, my money.
your time?
Yes, the money that I even use to purchase something for the family, that is in terms of their needs and their goals. I will use money to purchase them for them. Yes, so these are the
Thank
resources.
you.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
those are your inputs from the context in which we are coming from. That's part of our inputs. Yes, any other addition or any other view?
Mommy, please, can you also say that? Hello.
Yes, madam.
Hello, ma.
Yes,
Please, can you also
madam.
say skills and knowledge? Yes, ma'am. The skills and knowledge that we put into cooking is also
Yes,
an input.
even into sewing, not just
Okay.
cooking.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yo,
Thank
I
you.
just want to see if we are getting what we are talking about. So, all right, let's move on. So, like in a family, a parent's income, their time, their care are all inputs that support children's growth. Is that okay? So, under the classification of inputs, we have demands, and we are looking at under the demands, we have motivating factors or forces that push us to manage. The inputs into the family system and other systems are called demand factors. The inputs, the monies, the time, your skills and knowledge into the family system and other systems are called demand factors. So have that in mind. They provide motivation for action and give direction for managerial activities. And we say these include values, goals, standards, needs, wants, and events. And under resources, and when we say resources, please, how do we understand? I hope we understand it. Resources. When we say resources, as a family, what are some of the examples of our resources?
Madam, our time is a resource in the family system.
Okay.
Our money as well.
Mm.
Then our energy.
Okay.
Our skill.
Thank you. So we said resources means that people use to reach goals. Means you use to reach goals. The means you use to reach out to your goals are resources. Tools and talents with which people build their lifestyles. So what are some of these tools and talents? What are some of these tools and talents with which people build their lifestyles? Are you with me?
Madam, please, the question again.
I said, what are some of the tools and talents with which we build you build your lifestyle?
Madam, please, can I say that education is one of my tools?
Yeah,
Okay.
going to school or trying to further your education can be a tool. Yeah, any other thing?
How can I say learning a skill? It's also a tool.
Sure. All right. So means with which people work. Assets used to accomplish your goals. Something that has a once satisfying power and is instrumental in reaching desired ends. Something that has a once satisfying power and is instrumental in reaching desired ends. So let's see some definitions of values and then sources of values. So you have definition. We say things that are so important or desirable to us that they put us into action. In this context, that's the definition for values. We say things that are so important and desirable to us that they put us into action. Things that are so important or desirable to us that put us into action. And what we think to be right, believe to be good or worthwhile is also a value. Value can also be defined as the indication of things that have worth and what has been prized higher in life. Indication of things that have worth and what has been prized higher in life. And then we say they are part of an individual's daily life and may be seen by others, by what one says and does. All that we are talking about is value. We are still talking about values. Your values are definitely different from my value. You may be of the same parents, but you are definitely going to have different values. You may be very identical twins, but your values may differ. So as a husband and wife, you may not have same values. Okay. So let's see sources of values. Through socialization and identification with family members. Yes. I'm an Ewe, and then I want to be identified with some group of people. So by so doing, I intend to have or inculcate their values. I may believe in their values and decide to maybe do things in that manner.
Madam, please, you said through socialization and identification of what?
With family members.
Thank you.
With family members. And then through socio-cultural environment. Through socio-cultural environments. Values, sources of values, that they are also derived from learning through past experience. Through past experience. Through past experience, maybe I've learned of because of my experience in the past, I've decided not to have maybe female friends, or I've decided not to have male friends, but only female friends. You know, experiences can push someone to have a particular value which he or she cherishes so much. Let's see the importance of values. Are values important? If they are important, then let's see how important they are. They are desirable influences that determine managerial actions. They are desirable influences that determine managerial actions. And they give direction to management. They give direction to management. They give direction to management. Values provide reasons for our managerial decisions and actions. They provide reasons for our managerial decisions and actions. They determine the type of goal we set as a family. They determine the type of goal set by families. They have a deep emotional component. Because of this, they can put pressure on one to satisfy them first. They have a deep emotional component. Because of this, they can put pressure on one to satisfy them first. And then they determine the standard set value. They determine the standard you set. Because you value good health, it determines the standard you set. You want to eat good meals. You want to live in a very hygienic environment. So that's the standard you set so that you attain that value. Someone value relationship. So no matter what you do, the person is not ready to exchange money for relationship. Money can bring maybe misunderstanding between you, but the person will not, because the person values relationship, won't depend on whatever misunderstanding and say that, oh, because you said, assuming you have bought something from me, I said I've paid you, you said I have not paid. This thing alone can bring misunderstanding between maybe two friends, and that may be the end of that relationship. But someone who values relationship will just say, oh, my dear, let's forget about that. After all, we came to meet money. Money was here before we all came. Forget about it. Let's move on. But someone who don't value relationship will allow this to degenerate into something else. And then at the end of the day, you lose that friendship. So that is just an example of that statement I made. They determine the standard to set. Classifications and categories of values. Classification and categories of values. Okay. I have a note here that is saying that understanding the nature of values is important to the analysis of the managerial process because values shape our goals. Values shape our goals. Can we set an example from this statement? How you understood it? Understanding the nature of values is important to the analysis of the managerial process because values shape our goals.
Okay,
Please, how
madam.
do you understand? Yes, please.
To my understanding, I see
Yes.
it like what you value will help you in achieving your aim. So, for example, if I value the welfare of children, that is as a teacher, since I value the welfare of these younger ones, I will do everything to impart every positive things into them so that they will grow to become good people in our society. So towards this, that's my aim that I've set, that I have to teach the younger ones to grow up to become important people in our society. So I will do everything to ensure that what
So
I
what are
value,
some of the everything you do?
that is teaching them, not being lazy about, motivating them irrespective of the academic performances, and also giving them gifts when they answer questions in the classroom to motivate them that they can do more. That's it.
Even coming to work early too can also be a form of motivation.
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay. Characteristics characteristics relevant to management are the allocation on the absolute relative continuum. They are intrinsic and extrinsic in nature. They are intrinsic and extrinsic in nature, as well as general and specific in scope. So the absolute versus relative values. Absolute. When we say absolute, how do you understand the absolute and relative values? Absolute. Are we here?
Okay, madam, my understanding is that absolute values are, these are the things that I would do irrespective of the challenges in the society. That is, I will not let things restrain me. I don't know. Madam, please, is that correct?
It is well.
Okay, thank you.
Absolute. Something that is absolute, like is fixed and unquestionable. It doesn't depend on anything else. So maybe someone will say absolute authority, that is total power, or absolute value, that's the value of a number without its sign. All right. So I was just trying to test our distance. That's okay. So we are looking at absolute versus
Hello, ma.
relative values. Yes, Madam Barbara.
Please, can you also say that absolute values are principles that are always true?
Is it?
I was saying that, can you also say that absolute values are the principles that are always true?
Your line is breaking.
And no matter what, hello,
Your line is breaking.
hello, 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 ma,
Hello, Madam Barbara. Your line is
hello,
breaking.
hello. Hmm.
Okay, let's move on.
Hello, ma, is you okay?
I hear you at one
Hello,
point. At the other point, I don't get you again. Let's move on. When we say
please, is you
absolute values, we are saying that these are meanings that are unrelated to prevailing conditions. That is, a value is absolute when they do not depend on external conditions. A value is absolute when they do not depend on external conditions. They are firmly held and unchanging meanings that interprets what is of worth in situations regardless of surrounding factors. And then in the relative values, we said these, on the other hand, are meanings that depend on the context of interpretations of what is desirable. So this one depends on the context for interpretations of what is desirable. But the other one, the absolute value, is unrelated to prevailing conditions and depends, and when they do not depend on external conditions. Okay. So the relative values, we said they are more open to alternatives and they make decision making more complex. They make decision making more complex. The more relative values a person has, the broader the managerial potentials. The more relative values a person has, the broader the managerial potential. And then looking at the intrinsic versus extrinsic values, what gives the person the internally motivation or internally motivated is that these are related to the importance of something for its own sake. Intrinsic, that's from within. These are related to the importance of something for its own sake. They are ends in themselves. They are ends in themselves. For example, is having the neat appearance or beautiful surroundings, or the joy of seeing a child grow. The joy of seeing a child grow. A neat appearance or beautiful surroundings. So someone's intrinsic value can be a beautiful surrounding. When the environment is very beautiful, it gives that person some form of motivation. Or the joy of watching your son or your daughter grow gives you some form of motivation. This is the desirable and self-sufficient quality often experienced. We often experience this as an individual. Yes, any question? At this point, is there any question? Okay. Then let's look at the general versus specific values. We have specific values and we have the general values. So under the specific values, we have, it says specific values are fulfilled in achieving a single goal or by a single action. A single goal or a single action.
Madam, please, we
Yes,
didn't talk
Madam.
about the extrinsic values. So,
We haven't talked about it.
yes, we talked about only the intrinsic value.
Oh, really?
Yes, please.
Sorry. Okay, so under the extrinsic value or instrumental value or material motivated, he said this is a means of attaining a higher value, and they depend on the role the value is playing. That is what is being performed that helps the individual to attain his or her value. So you are performing something that is helping you to attain your value. That becomes the extrinsic value. So for instance, if one has efficiency as her value, this quality can be used to improve the results of an activity. Okay. If one has efficiency as a value, it can be used to improve the results of an activity. All right, so now let's move on to the specific values, where I was saying that specific values are fulfilled in achieving a goal or by a single action. I gave you an assignment. I think it was in this course, right? Class, I gave you an assignment. Is it this course or the morning course? The family studies. Was it here?
Madam, family
Madam,
service.
no, the morning one.
Family studies.
It was family studies, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So under the specific goal, we said specific goals are fulfilled in achieving a single goal or by a single action. So a single goal such as what? Someone should give me his or her single goal or a specific action. A single goal or a single action that can be used to fulfill specific values. Yes. Oh, I was here for Bianca.
Madam, please, can we say that neatness is a single value?
Neatness.
Mm-hmm.
A single value to achieve what goal?
Hey. Okay, then neatness, let's go with the health. So I don't think.
Eh,
Madam, for health contains a lot of things. So I don't think I can consider it under health as a single goal.
Really?
But
Yes.
can we talk of this program we are offering? Can it be under specific goal?
Madam, please come again, Madam Betty.
Was asking if we can use this program we
The
are
line is sleeping.
going to, like this program we are offering, as a specific value. Can it be done?
No, madam, it can be. It is education. What we are doing is education, and with education, as far as knowledge is concerned,
Mhm.
knowledge is achieved in diverse ways. So, for example, with this program that you gave to you realize that we are not only studying family management, we are also doing family studies. Others are also doing food and nutrition. Others are doing clothing and textiles. So, it's knowledge and it's in diverse ways. I don't know if Madam will come in for us.
Hmm. Let's take it again. The line, your line was breaking at a point, sir.
Madam, please, she asks if this
Hmm.
program that we are doing can be classified as a specific value. Then I
Okay.
told her that I personally I cannot classify it under specific value because it is knowledge. What we are doing, we are gaining knowledge, or we want to gain more knowledge to what we have already. And since knowledge can be achieved in diverse ways, it cannot be specific. And I went ahead to say that the same program that she
Hmm.
gave an example with, you realize that we are not doing only family management. We are also learning family studies, which is another aspect of knowledge that we are acquiring. Some too are doing food and nutrition. That is another aspect. We have clothing and textiles, another aspect. So different aspects in knowledge and coming together to form the program that we are acquiring or the knowledge that we want to gain. So knowledge is general, it's not specific. That's what I said.
Okay.
Then I said I don't know if you will come in for us, if what I'm saying is correct or not.
Okay, so let's look at the specific values. We said are fulfilled in achieving a single goal. So what is our goal in this program that we are doing? Someone's goal is to have promotion. Is that not it?
Yes, please.
And then what is the action? What is the action you have taken or you decided to take?
To go to school.
Thank you. So in this case, we'll say we have a single value, a specific value to achieve, are fulfilled by achieving a single goal or by a single action. I hope you've gotten it. You've gotten the concept, right?
Yes, please. Thank
All
you,
right.
Mom.
So let's look at the general values. It said these prevail over time
So, madam,
in a
does it mean that the aim of us moving to some of us moving to
Hello.
SS? Hello, madam.
Are you saying something? Yes.
Yes, please.
Why are you talking to me?
I'm asking, does it mean some of us our aim is to move from the basic level to the SC or the specific goals?
Madam Josie, if you are talking to me, I can't hear you. Your line is breaking. Other than that, let's move on.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear what you are saying. Cra-
Madam, please, I'm asking. Hello, madam, please, can you hear me?
Uh, mm,
SS
wow.
level.
I don't know. The
That
weather
idea.
has changed here, so I don't know whether that's what is affecting us. Well, at a point, I can't even hear anything at all. It's as if you are not even talking. Okay. We said this
Oh,
prevail over time
but
in
madam,
a
I can hear
variety of
you. Hello.
activities. In the general values, we are saying this prevail over time in a variety of activities. For example, if knowledge is a value, it could be achieved in different ways. If knowledge is value, it could be achieved in different ways. So which other ways can knowledge be achieved? If knowledge is value, it could be achieved in different ways.
Madam, so with knowledge, we have two ways of achieving our knowledge. One is the
Yeah.
formal way, and then the other one is the informal. It's even three. So formal, informal, and then non-formal. So the informal is through the education system. That is what we are going through, a well-structured organization. Then the informal is what we learn from our various home or from our various families. Then the
Yeah.
non-formal is those doing the apprenticeship programs. That is the knowledge that they are carrying over there. Thank you.
Good. So if we assuming we have good health is a value, how then could we achieve it? If health is a value, how could it be achieved?
Madam,
Hello.
Yes, madam.
through the food that we eat, our surroundings, clean environment, then talk
So
about
good nutrition,
good nutrition, exercise,
mhm,
then good environment or clean environment,
cleanliness, and then exercise.
exercise. They sum up to
Cleanliness and
give
exercise.
us the good health.
Thank you very much.
Madam,
Okay,
please, I want to
so
add up.
on this note,
Please, I want
all
to
right.
add up about the
Adam.
food nutrition. It is not about just the food that we are going to eat. That is, we consider the production stage, the water that was used in the planting to the harvesting. Was the food hygienic enough to the consumer, that is to us, when we go and buy the commodities to go come and prepare our food? The hygiene procedures that we go through so that the food will be free from poison or free from contaminations, they sum up together for us to get a good nutrition. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So that was a good one there from our sister. I think on this note, we can take a break, or if you have any additional comments or questions, you can bring it on board before we go for break. Any questions, any addition, any question? Is there any question?
No question, madam.
Please talk for yourself. Oh.
Madam, me, no question.
Maybe someone is having a question you don't have. Please. Oh. Is there any question? Okay. Silence means,
No
just
question.
as Josephine has said, there are no questions. Okay, if there are no questions and there are no comments, then can we go for how many minutes break? When are we coming back? What is the time? Oh,
Madam,
it's
2 minutes
about
to
2.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. So when are we coming back? 2:15, right?
Yes, please.
I hope 15 minutes is okay for us.
Yes, madam. It's
Or it's
okay.
too much. So that we
It's
make it
okay,
5
madam.
minutes.
Madam, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Oh. All right. So take some few minutes to stretch your body and then come back. All right. So we'll be back. Thank you.
Okay, madam.
See you
Thank you
later.
too. Bye.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to look at types of goals. Or under the input, we also have goals. So let's look at goals before we look at the types of goals. We said they are ends individuals and families are willing to work for. Or they are achievements individuals and families are willing to attain. So what we desire, we aim at, we strive for, or aim to accomplish our goals. So what we desire, what we aim at, what we strive for, or aim to accomplish are seen as our goals. The more definite goals are more definite than values because they can be achieved or accomplished. Goals can be achieved or accomplished. And then many originate from desires. Most of our goals originate from our desires, our philosophies, attitudes, and values. Most of our goals, or many of our goals, originate from our desires, our philosophies, our attitudes, and values. And then many are set with the expectation that reaching there will bring satisfaction. We have the aim or the expectation that as we achieve or as we reach our goals, we may have that satisfaction. As your goals are to get promotion or to teach in the senior high, with most of us getting there, we may have achieved that satisfaction. So attaining that satisfaction, that is what you see it or you realize it when people get there and then they are relaxed. They are no more thinking about maybe furthering their education any longer because one might have felt okay, one might have felt satisfied. Then let's look at types of goals. There are various types of goals, most of which are in the hierarchical order. We have the means end goals. They are the decisions made or steps taken to attain other goals. Many of them are ends in themselves and are reached with small activities. You don't need much to get there. Example is maybe by being committed to your personal or group studies, being attentive during lectures can be a means end goals. Okay, they are the decisions we made or steps we take to attain other goals. And then we have the short-term goals. These are expected to be achieved in the near future. They are precise and clearly defined. A short-term goal can mean that like performing well in your quiz. Okay. Maybe you have, I don't know whether on this platform we have some of you who are also preparing for your promotional exams. It can also be a short-term goal. That can also be a short-term goal. They are precise and clearly defined. Okay. We also have the intermediate goals, and these take several years to accomplish. Intermediate goals. Intermediate goals. Intermediate goals. It takes several years to be accomplished. And then the long-term goals, these are fairly permanent and sought over long period. They are set for a distant future. For instance, career development. Although they are the first to be set, but they may be the last to be achieved. They may be the last to be achieved. They may be the last to be achieved. No, please. Go and bring the box. Okay. So an example of a long-term goal can be at work in one of the top 5, maybe secondary schools in the country. What do you say? We also have the example of the intermediate goals can also be to complete your degree program successfully with a minimum CGPA of second lower class honors. All right. Let's move on to look at some characteristics of goals. Some characteristics of goals. They are interdependent and may be carried out concurrently, that's side by side. It may happen together or side by side concurrently. They are future oriented. They are future oriented. That is things that will direct our action in future, whether long or short term. They are future oriented. That is things that will direct our action in future, whether long or short term. And they influence what people do by giving direction. They influence what people do by giving direction. The next point, they do not remain throughout life. They do not remain throughout life. So it may change at a point in time. Another point is goals setting is a process that can be learned, but they must be set by you if you want to achieve them. A minute, please. All right, thank you. Let's look at the other points. You said goal setting is a process that can be learned, but they must be set by you, the individual, if you want to achieve them. They must be set by you. You know why? You know why they must be set by you? Do you know reasons why they must be set by you? Hello? A good goal must be precise, measurable, and time-based. So if you have set a goal, it should be precise.
Madam, please, you ask a question. You
I
asked
was
if
just asking. if you know why the goal must be set by you and not someone else.
Yes, it must be set by myself because if I really want to achieve it, then I have to do it myself because they are what I value. And what you value, you do everything to attain it. But if somebody set it for you, it means that what a person has set belongs to the person, not me personally. So that's it.
You. Thank you. Because we have personal goals. So if you are setting your personal goals, then it should be set by you. You have your own individual values and standards that you stand by. Okay, thank you. The next one, a good goal is precise, measurable, and then time-based. So when you look into your life, if you want to judge, to know whether your goal is a good one, check whether you are precise with your goals. Is it measurable? Measurable in the sense that, okay, 2 years to come, I want to attain this. Or 3 years from now, I want to be here. Or I want to do ABCD. That's the measure, some of the measure you can set towards your goals. And then is it time-based? Okay. In 10 years to come, maybe I'll be 65. At that age, I should be here or I should be there. I should have this, I should have ABCD. That's also a way of being precise, being measurable, and then being time-based or working with time. They are value-based objectives. So if you want to be sure that your goals are good ones, you should have a value-based objectives in achieving your goals. Now, let's look at goals prioritization. How do we prioritize our goals? In family living, individuals have goals, and families as a group also have goals. And social priorities, though individuals and families cannot strive for them at the same rate. In the family living, the individuals have individual goals. We are saying that as a family too, a family as a group also has their own goals and social priorities. Though the individuals and families cannot strive for them at the same time. Okay. When priority for goals of similar importance cannot be formed, one has to compartmentalize decision related to one's goals and deal with one at a time. For instance, people who separate career goals from family goals are compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing. For instance, people who separate their career goals from family goals are compartmentalizing. Hey, It's a long word. Again, families have many goals, while individual members also have their own goals. If a consensus is not reached on which goal to achieve, the goal prioritized on which goal to achieve and goals prioritized, there may be goal conflicts. So there may be conflicts in goals achievement if the individuals and the groups do not reach a consensus in the families, since we all have our individual goals. So we have to learn to consensualize or have a consensus. We should have a consensus to reach on which goal to achieve. The families many goals with each member's separate priority make family goal consensus difficult. Because the individuals have various goals, it makes reaching a consensus very difficult. So trying to achieve a goal as a family or as a larger family becomes a bit difficult. But still, it's achievable. So we say one way to deal with goal conflict is to have them in compartments. Okay. Have them in compartments. For instance, people who have separate career goals from family goals. So your goals concerning your career is separate from your family goals. Let's set an example of a family goal. Any example of a family goal, and then an example of a career goal. Give me an example of a career goal. Are we here?
Yes, madam.
Yes,
But
madam.
the place is very quiet. An example of career goal. An example of a career goal, please. Any career goal. You all have a career goal, isn't it? Give me an example. Or use one of that. Hello.
Madam, please. A family member can decide to be a nutritionist. So they go to the university to achieve their aim.
So that one becomes what?
The career goal.
So what becomes the family goal?
The family making a decision to maybe build or buy a car or a project.
So what are some of the steps you take in achieving these goals?
Madam, educating the child.
To attain
Again, you
the goal
invest financially
as a
into the
real
child.
So investing into their education, the education of the child.
Yes, please.
And then that of the family goal.
That too, you invest money as well.
So all is money. So how do you then achieve this one, the two, almost hand in hand? Let's say you are a teacher who earns less than 5,000 a month. How do you achieve this? Or how can you achieve this? That's not your only child. You have other children. Maybe the one who wants to be a nutritionist is the third born. You have 4 children.
The family have to allocate their finances, that is, have family budgeting, so that they will know who takes care of, and both the mother and then the father. They will decide who pays the school fees, who pays
Can
the
you please
light
take it
bill.
again? Please take it again.
Madam, please.
Your line was breaking.
Okay, please. I was saying that the family have to have budgets. That is, they sit down, decide, oh, at the end of the month, this is what I earn, this is what I earn. So let's save this amount. Then this amount will be for the child's school fees. This too will be for renting of the house. This will be for emergency purpose. Yes, if they do that, they will be able to meet that target.
Okay. Thank you.
You
So
are
for how
welcome.
long? So for how long? You said it should be precise and time based. For how long?
So, madam, it's for the if the child has gotten to the university level, then it will be for 4 years. So for that 4 years, it means that each month they have to allocate a specific amount to the child's education. That amount will take care of the school fees, will take care of the child's feeding component, the renting of the house for the child, everything that demands for the education of the child. They have to ensure it as well for every month.
Okay. Any other addition, please? Our sister has set the ball rolling. Any other addition?
Hello, ma.
Yes, madam.
Please, can we also say healthy living is also a family goal? Hello.
Hi.
Mommy, I was saying that healthy
Madam.
living could
Healthy
it
living.
also be, yes, ma'am, as a
So what is
family goal,
as a family goal?
whereby
Yes.
yes, whereby the family member decide to eat maybe nutritious
Well.
food or
Okay.
healthy foods. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome.
Madam, please, can I add up?
All right.
So please, madam, they can also plan and save money for the future, concerning especially their building and the other expenses in
As
the
a family.
house.
As a family.
As a family, yes, they can also plan and save every month towards a particular goal they want to achieve. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all for the addition. Okay, so values are the sources of our goals. They shape goals. Awareness of your value system will help you set goal priorities. Our goals reflect our values. I think we said this earlier. Our goals reflect our values. And goals are motivated by the things that are important to us. Our goals are motivated by the things that are motivated to us. All right, so let's look at inputs in terms of standards. So measures, anyway, any question at this point? Any question? Measures of how well the standards, it measures of how well we want to achieve any purpose in management. You say it measures how well we want to achieve any purpose in in management. It dictates the resources that would be used. Standards. It dictates the resources that would be used. It dictates the resources that will be used. And then questions of what type, what level, what degree or extent determine the standard we can set. They depend on our values. So in short, our standards depend greatly on our values. We look at our needs. Needs also as our input. Needs. We have needs. We have needs. Needs are value-based things that are basic for the survival of individuals.
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, madam, you were quiet, so I thought your network.
My network was it's still misbehaving some way.
Okay.
Thank you for drawing my attention.
You're welcome, madam.
So I said we have needs, where I say they are things the individual seek for self-improvement. Needs are value-based things that are basic for the survival of individuals for self-improvement. Needs, basically, they are things that we cannot do without. Okay, that's why we said they are value-based things that are basic for the survival of individuals. We cannot do without. And then needs are things an individual has to have or do which cannot do without. Needs are the things an individual has to have or to okay. Let's look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It states that we must satisfy each need in turn, starting with the first, which deals with the most obvious needs for survival. So if you know how the picture of the Maslow,
Hello, madam.
yes, madam.
I think you are
We're
off.
off.
So please, what did you hear the last time?
Please, madam, you
Madam,
said we are
please, you
going to
were
look at
talking about the
Maslow hierarchy
Maslow's
of
hierarchy
needs.
of needs.
All right. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It states that we must satisfy each need in turn, stating or starting with the first, which deals with the most obvious needs for survival. So that one has to do with food, water, okay? They are the most obvious needs for survival. Food, water, clothes, in that order. You can't live without, you can't live, you can't be naked. So you need clothes to cover yourself. You need shelter. These are all needs for survival. Only when the lower order needs of physical and emotional well-being are satisfied are we concerned with the higher order needs of influence, and personal development. Only when the lower order needs of physical and emotional well-being are satisfied are we concerned with the higher order needs of influence and personal development. So it is when the basic ones are satisfied, that's when we begin to think about the other ones, personal development and then influence. This theory also says that humans feel a natural order in assessing their needs. Conversely, if the things that satisfy our lower order needs are swept away, we are no longer concerned about the maintenance of our higher order needs. So, what we are trying to say is that when we have not been satisfied, we don't have clothes to wear, we don't have food to eat, no good drinking water, we are likely, since these things, basic ones have not been fulfilled, we are likely not to think about the higher ones. Good education, we may not even think about education. You are hungry and are thinking about education. You are naked and you are thinking about going to school. So until the basic ones are satisfied, we may not think about these higher ones. Okay. They seek to satisfy basic physical and biological needs of hunger, thirst, shelter, warmth, among many others. I think I stated those ones. And then they seek safety, assuming there is war. Will you be thinking about going to school? No, you'll be thinking about shelter, where to hide so that you'll be safe. I hope I'm not lying.
Sure, madam.
Yes, madam.
And then they want to be loved and accepted by others. Want to be loved and accepted by others. And then they want to feel good about themselves and have a feeling of self-worth. They want to feel good about themselves or have a feeling of self-worth. You want to feel that belongingness, that I also belong to what Diana Bushia. I am related to the Asantehene Otunfo. That worth of belongingness. You want to feel good of themselves. At the highest level, when all other needs are met, they want to become the most effective person they are capable of becoming. They want to achieve all the things their inner spirit tells them they can achieve. So we have the diagram in a triangular shape. Where at the bottom we have this physiological needs, being the food, shelter, the need for basic things, and then the safety needs, social needs, having attained some level, you want to have that to feel that belongingness. And also, I hold this level of education, okay? And then that's esteem needs. And then the self-actualization, that's at the peak level, the highest level. Self-actualization, when you feel you have arrived, you have achieved maybe your goal or your aim. How Maslow's theory applies to family management. Let's look at how it applies to family management. These include the need we have for oxygen, drink, shelter, warmth, etc. The need to be active, to rest, to sleep, to get rid of waste. That's into brackets, carbon dioxide, sweat, urine, etc. In family management, we make decisions for the use of time, money, and other resources to meet basic needs of family members. In fulfilling these, we have to set goals based on values and available resources. In order to achieve these goals, we have set, we need to fulfill these values with the available resources. Again, we'll look at the safety, so how the Maslow theory applies to family management when we talk about the safety needs. When the physiological needs are largely taken care of, this second layer of needs comes into play. You will become increasingly interested in finding safe circumstances, sustainability, and then protection. When your physiological needs are met, the next thing you think about, according to Maslow theory, is your safety needs. How safe you are. How safe you are. That's when people don't feel safe enough, they move or they migrate to other countries. So the safety needs is the second one. Such as time, energy, knowledge, skill, and the force in ensure. It also
Hello, madam.
involves improving the
Hello, madam.
housing environment to improve.
Madam, please, your line
Yes,
breaked off, so we couldn't hear you.
madam.
Yes, madam. Mommy. Hello, mommy.
needs. That's belonging, the feeling of belonging. Needs are by and large taken care of. The third layer is that you begin to need for friends. Oh, I need friends. Affectionate relations in general, even a sense of community. So the sense of belonging. So still under the social needs, we look at negative. We look at the negative aspect. You become increasing susceptible to loneliness and social anxieties. The need for belongings, comfort, and love. These relate to acceptance by other people. And these make people join associations and organizations. That's where I was saying social groups. It is also a part of which we look for in a career. Want to see where you belong. Does he or she belong to the managerial group, class of people? All right. Its management application involves spending time, energy, and therefore requires allocation of resources. Yes, you need time. You are part of an association, you need time. This time they are going for someone's birthday party. You need to be there. The next time they are going for funerals, you need to be there. They are all time consuming. Sometimes it even requires the use of physical resources. Example, open our houses for a meeting or a get-together. In the home, time is allocated for chatting with family members or our partners with who we are in relationships with. When it gets to the family, we make time, to have chat with our family members, chat with our extended family members, our children, our spouses. Ernestina, please mute yourself. Okay. Let's look at the esteem needs. Esteem needs. We begin to look for a little self-esteem. Maslow noted two versions of esteem needs. a lower one and a higher one. The lower one is the need for the respect of others. The need for the respect of others. The need for status, fame, glory, recognition, attention, reputation, appreciation, dignity, even dominance. Okay? So as individuals, you need, we yearn for that. When you do something for someone, you want to be appreciated. We want to be recognized, that maybe belong to someone. You want to be there's a need for self-respect, increasing confidence, competence, achieve mastery, independence, and freedom. Or you want to prove to people that you are competent in your area of career, or your career area, you are competent enough. You want to prove to people that, yes, I've achieved for the past years I've been teaching. This has been my achievements. You know, want to show or prove to people how independent, financial independent you are, and a whole lot. Please, a minute. There has been a call that was pestering me for some time now. I needed to pick it. So I started to stay here. Okay. So their consumption practices and life, people feel their esteem needs through their consumption practices and lifestyle. The negative version of these needs is low self-esteem and inferiority complex. Low self-esteem and inferiority. The competence, the confidence, the mastery, the achievement, the independence, lifestyle, the negative version of it. That's where you begin to feel inferior to your friends. If to be good enough to fit into that group of people that you are in with. All right, so that's inferiority complex there for you. And then the next one we look at is the self-acceptance. This is a need for self-fulfillment and it becomes of us. Okay, self-actualization. This is the need for self-fulfillment and self-reallocation. That is what becomes of us in fulfilling these needs. One must realize what one wants to be. So you ask yourself, what do you want to be? You need to know what you want to be or what you want to become. In that, when you get there, you know that actualized maybe my goals or I've arrived. In management, it is important to recognize the type of life the family wants to live. It requires the use of resources to invest in human capital. You want to invest in education. You want to invest into businesses. So if you invest in individuals, it yields a return. You invest into individuals' education, it will yield in a return. Maybe as a family, you invest into business, a family business, it will yield in a return. Sorry. Self-actualization, the return may be in terms of improved knowledge and skills, as we are doing. This leads to earning a higher income to meet family and individual goals. Someone will say that this is not to earn more a higher income. It's not to earn a higher income, but then you want to earn a higher, or you want to teach in the second senior high, right? So maybe to attain a higher, should we say that's a promotion? or whichever way we see it. But the moment ones get there, you see that fulfillment. Because for all you know, some have been trying to get to the secondary school for so many years and they've not been able to. So they getting there will mean some sort of achievement. According to Maslow's theory, to be truly self-actualized, you need to have your lower needs taken care of, at least to a considerable extent. To a considerable extent. Still under self-actualization. For instance, it makes sense that if you are hungry, you are scrambling to get food. If you are unsafe, you have to be continuously on guard. Assuming you are hungry, you try as much as possible to get something to eat. So also, if you are not safe at a particular place, you have to be continuously on guard. If you are isolated and unloved, you have to satisfy that need. If you have a low sense of self-esteem, you have to be defensive or compensate. When lower needs are unmet, you can't fully devote yourself to fulfilling your potentials. So if the lower needs, those needs at the bottom, that's the physiological needs, the safety, the esteem. Before you get to the self-actualization, all those needs, if they are not being met, you can't fully devote yourself to fulfilling your potentials. So now let's look at types of needs. We have the tangible needs and then the intangible needs. Tangible is the things that we can feel, right?
Yes, madam.
So what are some of the intangible needs that we have? If the tangible are things that items that we can consume, we can touch, we can feel, then what about the intangible needs?
Madam, please laugh.
Examples of, come again.
They are the things that we cannot feel, we cannot touch,
Okay.
and mostly we express them.
Okay. So they cannot they are intangible because you said they cannot be marketed, yet people attach much importance to them and assign resources in meeting these needs. Even though they are not you can't touch them, okay, but we attach so much importance to them. An example is love, to be the feeling of to feel loved, by your loved ones. Security, the need to be secured. Self-actualization. What again? Or self-fulfillment. The need for social togetherness. Look at this festive season. Some have just traveled to far places just to go and meet maybe their loved ones, to feel that togetherness once again. You know, this togetherness makes us pay dues. Example, if you are in an association, you belong to NAT, you belong to NAGRAT, you pay dues, right? You go for meetings,
Yes.
you travel to go for meetings, you know, you go, it's not just to go and listen or just for the workshop, but sometimes it's just that togetherness, that to the feeling of belonging to NAT or to NAGRAT. It's a form of socialization, and we assign resources of time, energy, space to achieve these things. Okay. Now I want a male and a female to summarize all that we have done for me. If you have questions, you ask. If you have any addition, you add. Can I get a male and a female, one man and one lady, or one gentleman and one lady? I'm trying to run up for the day. Oh, can I have two volunteers, a gentleman and a lady? Or I won't get.
Okay, madam. Today we looked at the family ecosystem. The family ecosystem, where we said when we talk about the family ecosystem, it is concerned with relationship between the family and its environment. And under it too, we we looked at the types of the family ecosystem, where we spoke about the micro environment, the societal subsystem, and then the macro environment. And we said the micro environment is the smaller unit. Then the macro is beyond the family. That is the environment at large. So that one is bigger than the micro and then the societal as well. So in other words, I would say that the micro entails both the micro and then the societal, making it the macro. Then we gave out some importance of the micro environment, where it said it gives resources in kind or in cash. They also help shape family values. Then straight to the micro level. With the micro level, we looked at the economic environment, the technical subsystem. We also look at the political system. We came to the educational system, the sociocultural system. Yes. Okay, so
Yes, madam.
then we
Thank you
came
very much.
to
Mm-hmm.
the values. Yeah, we also look at the values, where we said
Please, a minute.
value.
A minute.
Okay,
Please, a minute.
okay, madam.
Hello, madam. Please carry on.
Madam, okay, then we also looked at values where we said that values they are the important things to us. In other words, things that we cherish so much.
Sure.
Then we looked at the sources of our value. Where we
Okay.
said some is from social culture, environment, from
Okay.
our past experiences.
Mm.
Then we also what else do I even remember? But that's all. That's
Yeah, thank you very much.
you're
I'm
welcome.
grateful. Yo, any gentleman in the house. I got a question. Any gentleman in the house? Hello. Do we have only one gentleman?
Madam, I think with our center we have only one.
Which center is that? West Go.
Madam, you said,
Which center?
Madam, this one
Which
we
center has the
are now, miss.
is it UCC or which center?
No,
Which of the centers have a man?
Madam, I don't know, but I've heard his voice in the
Ah,
morning.
okay. Okay. Probably he's absent. That's what they do because at the moment our number is few. It's less than the number that participated in the morning. So any other lady? Any other lady?
But I want to talk about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
All right.
So, as individuals and as families, we have the needs, also which has been ranked hierarchically. So we have those the important ones. So we are talking about physiological needs of an individual. That is the basic
So
needs of
it's
the
not we
individual.
have those important. We have some that are most important than others.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Is that all?
And so that is I'm talking about the physiological needs. That
Okay.
talks about the hunger, the thirst, the shelter, the social
Okay.
relations to other people. And then we are talking about the safety needs. So every individual needs to feel safe or seek for safety at any point in time. Then we
Okay.
come to the love needs. Yeah, every individual needs to be loved. And so there's the love needs. And then we talk about the esteem needs. Esteem for each individual to feel good about themselves and feeling of self-worth. And then the last one is about the self-actualization. That seeing him or herself that he has arrived or he has met a certain level of which he had valued and he planned his goals or her goals towards it and has been able to achieve it to the self-actualization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Esther. Yes, please. Any addition? Any addition? Any question? Any addition? Any addition? Any question? Any
Madam, then
question?
please quickly talking about types of needs. We have the tangible needs and the intangible. And tangible need, there are things we can touch and we can feel. So I'll give an example like the food we eat, the clothing, the shelter. And the intangible ones like the love, we have to feel the protection, the care, the security, and the safety we need to have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all for the attention. I don't know, but in this case, if we want to continue, then it means we should start a new. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. Thank you very much. So let's look at resources also as our inputs. Resources are what people use to reach goals. No, we just finished talking about needs, right?
Madam, so
And
we have to go to wants.
let's rather go to wants before we get to resources. Otherwise, I may forget to come back. So as human beings, we all have, or we have bundles of desires, and their wants are infinite in variety and number. We have bundles of wants. Some wants are natural. For example, wants for more food, clothing, and shelter. They are very natural. But wants for, assuming you are in the market, you already have your market list, okay? And on your market list, I hope we have done, or we know this, that when you are preparing your list, you write it according to order of importance, right?
Yes, please.
In order of preference. So in that case, maybe let's say what are on our list. Okay, I just want us to list like 3 items in order of our preference. What and what? Help me. What and what will be on our list? Needs are things, just as we have learned, needs are things we can't do without. Okay, so maybe as a family, let's say this season you have need for television. You have need for this, a family of say 6. You have need for washing machine, and then you also have need for Xmas clothing. So in which order of preference can you help me to? You have a career woman, your husband is equally very busy, you are a family of 6. On your list, you have, I'm not mentioning it in any order. You feel you have a small television, or you are still using what, hunchback kind of television. So you feel this season you need to buy a new television, set of television. You also need a washing machine. Okay, your children are between the ages of 10 and 2. You need a washing machine. And we also said something. What was the third thing?
Christmas clothes.
Okay, so please, can we write these 3 in order of preference? How are you going to?
Madam, my
Yes,
number
madam.
one will be the washing machine.
Okay.
Then
Why?
number two,
Why? Why?
okay.
Why would the
Why?
washing machine
Because
be? Mm.
yes, why? Because my children are 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, and these children they make their dresses very dirty because at this stage they are always active. They are
So
playing
they are
about.
toddlers.
Yes,
So they are
toddlers. So
toddlers.
they don't know the difference between dirty environment and clean environment. Where they get, they play over there. So washing of their clothes becomes difficult with a lot of stains in them. So washing machine becomes my most need, or it's my need. Then
So
after
that
when we
becomes a
come to
priority.
I would deal with the television. Yes, my priority. Then I'll come to the television as the
Why?
second one. Then the third one will be clothing. Yes, I chose television
Why?
because
Why the television before the clothing?
yes. So, madam, the clothing, since
Mm.
I don't wait for Christmas seasons before I purchase clothes for my children. They might probably have a dress there that they have worn it either once in their lifetime, or a very nice dress that they can repeat it during that festive season. Nobody will know that that dress is old. Besides, at their age, they don't know whether what they are wearing is old or new. So they can still wear it as far as it looks good
A
on
10
them.
years child
And
will know that this one I've worn it before.
madam, we did not say our child is 10 years old. We said our
I
children, they
said
are toddlers. We,
I gave you the age. I gave you the age. I said between the ages of 10 and 2 years.
okay, madam, I did not hear of the 10 years. But madam, so even if they know the clothes should
Mm.
become, it's a need, it's a want. The clothes
Okay.
becomes a want for them, yes, because they have a lot of clothes.
Okay.
So it becomes a want for them. But with the television, there is no
Mm.
television in the house, and with Christmas season,
No, you have a television. Oh, you have the hunchback.
We have the old one, Piano Core.
madam, it's old, archaic. So the need for
Mm.
flat screen becomes a necessity at this point.
But
So
you
I
know,
need a
at this
flat
point
screen.
too, I think personal difference also comes to play. To someone, the television may not be of importance as the Christmas clothing.
Madam,
Yes.
seriously, at this stage, if you are still using the old television, then there is a question. Oh,
Really?
there it's called Paul.
Things moved
Madam,
by societal pressure. No. You should consider the necessary things,
But what
especially
about the Christmas
in a
clothing?
season like this.
Is it not also societal pressure?
yes, it
But
is. That's
mommy,
something that
mommy, at
the
this
clothing
mommy, at
becomes
this
a want.
crucial moment, everybody wants to wear or put on something new because it's Christmas.
Madam, not
So
everybody.
for that
Eh.
reason,
Madam, not everybody. That is you. That is you are looking
Christmas,
at what society looks up to. Don't
okay, not
forget that.
actually what I have to, but then I want my kids to feel love. I want them to feel the that we are in that season. Do you get it? For them to
Okay.
have that feel. So I'll get them their uniform. Sorry, their Christmas dress.
We a teacher near, but you get them their uniform.
Madam, please, oh, don't forget
Yeah.
that at times,
Mm.
at times we do impulse buying along the way. Though impulse
Mm.
buying is not ideally good for we home economists, but at times around the way you'll be moving and you see a nice dress and you'll be like, oh, there is an upcoming event. Maybe,
So you know those things that you buy that you are not really in need of it, but just because of the sight of the thing, you know,
uh-huh,
you are attracted to it. You've not even given it a second thought whether I
uh-huh.
truly need the thing. You've not assessed yourself whether you really need the thing. Those are I'm just trying to arrive at
Yes,
one point that those
yes.
things are our wants. We
Yes,
can
that's
do
what, madam, I
without them.
want you to explain the clothing. Because day in and day out, we see new dresses, we buy it without even considering whether there is okay.
But you know, this argument we can continue. It may take all of our time. So yes, to you, the Christmas clothing may be of much importance to you than the television, and to the other person, the television will be of importance to that person than the Christmas clothing. Yes, one was arguing that we want the children to feel loved. As we were saying, we said the feeling of, you know, having that feeling of being loved was also part of Maslow's hierarchy. So I will not conclude that the Christmas clothing should be the second person, the second item on your list. That is our personal. That should be
Madam again, Madam
yes.
again, with the television, it also comes under the security. Now, if you don't have this television, the corporate does not support that they are showing this Christmas movie, so your child will like to move out to the neighbor's house to go and watch it over there.
So
Madam, they have
it's still the feeling
forget they
of
have
being
some.
loved. The feeling of being loved by the
Do you know
parents.
what awaits that child in that house? They are
Come
called
again.
accidents.
Hello.
And please,
Yes.
I'm saying if you don't have television, I'm saying
Yes.
that if the I will classify the television under the security, in the
Really.
sense that if you don't have it and then your child leave the house, since the corporate does not support all the stations, but the first screen support these stations, they are showcasing the Christmas movies. Your child might step out to the neighbor's house to go and watch these Christmas movies over there. And accidents can occur over there. At that moment, you are not providing the child's security for him or her.
Okay.
So that's
You
my
still want
idea
to
about
argue
it.
your point that the television should come the second on the list, not the
Yes,
Christmas clothing.
yes,
I think Betty too was
yes,
with the view that the Christmas clothes should come before the television. And I'm still saying that it's
Yes,
still our personal differences. Everybody and where she will or he will place it on the list. Okay. So let's leave that argument and then continue with our wants. Since we call her, wants vary from individual to individual, you see, and they multiply with civilization. So what will be your wants may be different from mine. Okay. And my wants may be more than your wants. From individual to individual, and they multiply with civilization. Characteristics of wants. You say we have the human wants. We have human wants are unlimited. So our minds are so made that we are never completely satisfied, and hence there is no need to human wants. No end to human wants. We want so many, and sometimes per where your level, social level, or your class, your societal level, you may think that, oh, when I begin to earn, let's say 10,000, I'll be okay. I bet you begin to earn 10,000 and you realize that you still have more things you'll still be yearning for more. Okay. Just as today, you see those maybe earning that 10,000 to be more or fully satisfied. As human beings, as we are never satisfied. The more we go, the higher or the wider our wants. Okay, once one want is satisfied, another want will crop up to take its place and thus it is never ending circle of wants. So you continue in that circle of wants. It's like that. So maybe one day we die and leave this earth. So the other point, we say any particular want is suitable. Though the wants are unlimited, it is possible to satisfy a particular want, provided one has the means, one has the resource. All right. So the third characteristic, wants are complementary. It is a common experience that we want things in groups. It is a common experience that we want things in groups. I want to see if we can finish with the characteristics before we leave. Okay. A single article out of a group cannot satisfy human wants by itself. A single article out of a group cannot satisfy human wants by itself. It needs other things to complete its use. Example, a motor car needs petrol and engine oil for it to start working. So we depend on the others. That's the relationship between motor cars and petrol is complementary. So you can think about any other example. And then wants are competitive. Some wants compete with others. We all have a limited amount of money at our disposal. Therefore, we must choose some things and reject the others. Example, sugar and honey, tea and coffee, or warm beverage and cold beverage. So you can choose sugar over honey or honey over sugar. That's depending on your taste. Some wants are both complementary and competitive. When machinery is used in getting work done, the use of labor needs to be reduced. It indicates competitive nature. So when you don't have, let's say, teenagers, or you don't have grown-up children to help you probably in your house chores, and you have labor-saving equipment, in that case, they become complementary or competitive. But to run the machinery, the labor is also required, and as much it indicates complementary relationship. Wants are alternative. There are several ways of satisfying a particular want. If we feel thirsty, we can have water or fruit juice in summer, while coffee or tea in winter. The final choice depends on the availability of money and the relative prices. So whichever one you have chosen, it will all depend on availability of money in your pockets and probably the price of that. You don't have money to buy fruit juice, and you have money, the money you have can get you sachet water. Why not? You go for your sachet water. Wants vary with time, place, and person. Wants are not always the same. They vary from individual to individual. People want different things at different times and in different places. So the same person is at Cape Coast may want something else. And let that same person get to Kumasi, may want something else due to the geographical location. So wants vary in urgency and intensity. All wants are not equally urgent and intense. Some wants are urgent, while some are less urgent. Thank you. Any question? Any question? I can see we are all getting exhausted. Any question?
No
Any
question.
addition? Any addition? You don't have any question, maybe you have an addition. Any addition? Any addition? Any subtraction? Are you sure you don't have any question? Hello? Any question?
No, ma.
No question.
Okay. All right. If you don't have any question, okay. If you don't have any question, then I guess we may close. We may call it a day.
Madam, Merry Christmas to you.
I wish you same.
Thank you.